Hi guys, welcome back to the internet. Hi, my name is Nai. I'm an Egyptian poet and soon-to-be philosophy student again, living in the UK. I'm so excited, my master's program is starting so soon. And yeah, a few things have changed since I've seen you last, obviously. I shaved my head. That happened. I also got a new camera. It was a gift from my dad and I love it. I don't have a mic yet, but I'm just like recording on my iPhone and it is quite a noisy area, so I'm sorry if there's like background noise. I'm in my sister's flat in Glasgow right now, so this isn't usually where I film, but it is super nice, so thank you, Yasmin, for letting me film in your flat. That's it. So I wanted to make a video today talking about my experience bullet journaling, partly because I've been like obsessively watching other people's videos of them bullet journaling and or like talking about bullet journaling, and I just wanted to like throw my 2 cents in the ring. But I used to be someone who was incredibly skeptical about bullet journaling. I used to think it was like one big marketing scheme, and now, just over a year after starting this bad boy, my one and only sacred object, my bullet journal, I have completely come around. I think bullet journaling is incredibly valuable. I think it is super fun. I think it can be an amazing tool, productivity tool, but also like personal development and like well-being tool. So I just wanted to talk you through like my method, what I've learned from bullet journaling, and sort of debunking a little bit of like what is bullet journaling and what isn't it, because I think that's something people tend to be quite confused about as well. So if that sounds interesting to you, I know this is like a very niche video that maybe not a lot of people are going to be into, but if it sounds interesting to you, stick around. I've been wanting to make a video about journaling for quite a long time, and I feel like this is the perfect moment to do it. I'm almost done with this journal. I literally have like a few pages left of it, so this is like the biggest journal I've ever finished, start to finish. It's also been the journal that I've kept for the longest time. And as like this chapter of my life comes to a close and as the new one starts up, I thought this was like a perfect moment of reflection and gathering like lessons, and I love sharing what I've learned with you, so I hope you enjoy it. Let's just get into it. So let's talk first about like my history with journaling. I always loved writing. I'm a poet. You can download my poetry collection Unbecoming in the link in the description. So obviously I love creative writing, but I've always loved just writing in general. And yet I could never really get into the habit of journaling when I was younger. Most probably because I had all of these preconceived notions of what it meant to journal. I used to think that I had to address my diary as Dear Diary. I used to think that I had to describe my day in inane detail and include all the stuff that I didn't want to include in it. And so I could never stick to journaling for more than like a week. Until about 2 years ago, in September of 2018, when I took a happiness workshop. No, I'm not joking. I literally went to a workshop called like How to Be Happy because I was like so in such a bad place at the time. I was on the brink of breaking up with my boyfriend of 4 years. I was on the brink of like starting up my 3rd year of university, which was like the most stressful year of my life. I didn't know what I was going to do afterwards. It was like a really stressful time and my anxiety was like at an all-time high. And so that workshop actually like changed my life because it introduced me to the concept of journaling for my happiness. During the workshop, Rania, this amazing woman who runs an amazing consultancy business, and she still runs it actually online, so I will leave links in the description in case you want to check out her work. This is not sponsored, I just love this woman. Rania taught me many things that day, and she gave me the greatest gift of all, which was a new journal and a new attitude towards journaling. And that happiness journal was the first journal I ever finished, and I think of it truly as the predecessor to my current bullet journal. So let's get back onto the topic of the bullet journal. Like, what is a bullet journal? How is it different from any other type of journal? As I understand it, the bullet journal is a productivity tool that is fully customizable. Writer Carol describes this kind of journal as whatever you want it to be or need it to be, regardless of what season you're in. Bullet journals can contain to-do lists and plans and gratitude and birthday gift ideas. They can be your calendar and your habit tracker and your like freestyle journal entry. And I think that's really built into the functionality of the dot matrix paper, which allows you to create like tables and graphs and different layouts on your pages. But bullet journaling is not necessarily any one of those things in particular. So that might sound really abstract, but I think that's because bullet journaling is so different for everybody. My personal bullet journal has changed a lot over the 14 months that I've used it, and the way I use it now is very reminiscent of the happiness journal I talked about earlier. The main purpose of my bullet journal is to increase my overall happiness, and unlike the happiness journal I had in 2018, the bullet journal is way more effective and efficient at doing that. So my method, the key features of my bullet journal, if you will, are mainly 4 things that really stuck throughout the 14 months that I've been using it. These are the only things that remained after like iteration after iteration of month after month and experimentation. So each month I do a monthly wrap-up, which is basically a reflection. It's a list of my favorite moments and some lessons to remember moving forwards. I sometimes add a list of books and other content I've enjoyed consuming that month. And I think next year I'll also include visual memories and pictures into this category. I also set monthly intentions and priorities at the beginning of each month. So this can be like a single word or even like a collage that expresses a feeling, or it can be a list of very specific goals I want to achieve. Another thing that I include in every single month's bullet journaling is a habit tracker. This was actually the main reason I wanted to start bullet journaling, because I'd always see other people's habit trackers online and I thought they were like the coolest thing, and I really wanted to do that. So in my habit tracker, which has also changed a lot over time, I track 2 types of information. First of all, I track qualitative information, things such as my mood, my energy levels, my sleep quality, other notes and memorable activities that happen throughout the day. And then I also track quantitative information, which are mainly whether or not I did a specific habit. So this can include like yoga, taking my vitamins, going for a walk, reading, writing, journaling, studying languages, whatever it is I want to track that month. And the final thing that I do in my bullet journal every month is like a freestyle reflection. This can include like a list of things to do or ideas or any other kind of writing, anything that I basically want to get out of my head and put on paper in any form. I do that and I date it so I know when it was that I was thinking about this particular thing. So 14 months later, 1 bullet journal later, what is it that I've learned? I learned like 3 really big things. I realized, first of all, very early on, literally in my very first month of bullet journaling, that my bullet journal is stressful when I used it only as a to-do list and not to track other qualitative information about my day and my mental health. So this could be because I'm someone who's prone to anxiety and overachieving, so seeing pages and pages of to-do lists with no other information just really wasn't good for me. It was very overwhelming. So since starting my bullet journal over a year ago, I've completely removed the to-do list or daily tasks function, which I see a lot of other people use online. And I do that externally in a different notebook that stays on my desk and doesn't follow me to bed each night. The second thing I realized is that having a bullet journal is incredible at keeping track of long-term patterns in my life. It's a really good method of seeing patterns over a long stretch of time. And this is mainly because of monthly spreads and the habit of checking in on the same-ish information month to month. After like a year, I could really see with a lot more clarity what was changing each month and what was staying the same. And as a result, I've been much more able to control the changes I want to see in my life. And the final thing, possibly the most important thing I've learned this year through bullet journaling, is that I find it really easy to set goals and much harder to set priorities. Now, the difference between those 2 things is very fine. I think of it as goals are things or actions to do, and priorities are reasons for wanting to do them. And basically this past month, as I was looking through so much information about how I spent my year off and what things I decided were important each month, I realized like most of the things I said to myself and I told myself I wanted to do, I didn't actually have a good enough reason for wanting to do them. And in fact, I was just in the habit of setting monthly goals for the sake of it, and completely ignoring the things that were really important, which, surprise, were my overall health and well-being. So as I move into my new bullet journal, which I'm so excited about, I am very aware of what I really care about. And that's all thanks to this object, really. I genuinely think this is has been easily one of the best tools I've ever used to manage my priorities, to take care of myself, to understand myself, and yeah, to change my life. And this is coming from someone who genuinely used to think that bullet journaling was just one big marketing scheme, or a fad, or just someone who absolutely didn't understand the hype around bullet journaling. But I genuinely think it is such a powerful tool if you use it to your advantage, if you are willing to experiment and willing to stick with it. So I encourage you to try it out for yourself if you'd like to. Ultimately, I think it can really serve you in whatever it is you want to do. So that's it, really. Yeah, that's all I have to say for now. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you bullet journal in the comments down below. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, consider checking out some of my other content. It is nothing like this, but you might enjoy it. Who knows? Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!